Hello and welcome to SAP Learning Academy. In this today's video, I will describe about Nearline Storage in SAP BW, which is called NLS. In this today's video, I will describe not only the definition. I will start with definition and its importance and its architecture and how it is done and its other benefits. So those you are part of SAP BW consultant, you must aware of this, because this is going to be one of the biggest topic in your interview or even in your work. So let me start with the definition. What is NLS? NLS is a process by transferring your real-time or your hard disk data to any nearby storage. Suppose if I explain better, suppose you have a data, your DSO or your cube has a lot of data. Now if you want, so you cannot keep a lot of data in the DSOs or cubes, otherwise it will hamper the performance of your system. So those are older datas. You should put it in some other system, so your system, your day-to-day system should be fine, so the performance should be good. So NLS is the concept where we are transferring the older data to some other database. If I give you example like Sybase IQ, so here the organization are storing the data to some other database, so we don't need to keep all the data in our main hard disks. So if we keep all the data, all the older data, so your system going to be slow, your performance will be bad, so it will be bad for the organization. So now I'm coming to the I have talked on the importance of doing NLS. So as I mentioned, we cannot keep all the data in our main system. We should transfer the older data to some other system. So, and here the importance of NLS is we can have reporting on the NLS data. It means if I give you example like BEX, so BEX is a reporting tool, or any other reporting tool supports archiving data. It means even if you archive the data, you have the possibility to make reporting on that. Now I'm coming to the one of the important part, that is the architecture, and how we can define this which is older or which is not very older. There's a term called hot data, warm data and cold data, and this is completely dependent on business. Suppose you have a finance data, so finance data, suppose every monthly or quarterly or yearly you have some kind of review on finance data. So for finance data, if business wants, they can keep it for 1 year, so the 1 year will be the hot data, and maybe the back more 3 years will be the warm data, and even before that, so that will be cold data. So the concept of hot data, warm data and cold data is simple, that hot data means you need the data on day-to-day basis or maybe a weekly basis. That can be called as hot data. And a warm data means you do not need the data every day or every week. You may need it once in a month or maybe twice in a month, so those can be called as warm data. And the cold data means you do not need those data, but in some time or for some analytical purpose you may need those data. So the description of hot data, warm data, cold data is completely dependent on the area, like finance or purchasing, so or POS or sales. Generally for the sales data or POS data, we may keep it for 7 days or 14 days. Those can be called as hot data. And a warm data means just so I think you have now understood the part that hot data, warm data and cold data. But those are cold data. We should definitely transfer to Nearline Storage, and warm data and hot data can be kept in your hard disks. And now I'm coming to the another part, that is the process, how it is done. Here I will describe how it is done. There's a term that is called DAP, data archiving process. So it is just like DDP. By DDP, what you do, you transfer the data from one target to another target. So what DAP does, DAP makes the connection between your hard disk and with the other storage, other nearline storage. So it will work as simple as your DDP. What it does, it will transfer the data from your hard disk to nearline storage like Sybase IQ. So, and in the DAP is the only process by transferring the data, and also you have the benefit of retrieving data. Suppose you may have archived the data, and after that business want, I need the data again, so you have the possibility to retrieve the data back from nearline storage. And now I'm coming to the last part, the benefit. So I hope I have told many of the benefits, so let me just go through once again. The benefit first starts with reporting, and if I give you an example of BEX reporting, and even if you archive the data, you have the possibility to make reports on that. But yeah, the important part that you cannot if you archive the data, you cannot use the data for transformation or any kind of calculation in the transformation or in program. But you have the opportunity to see the data from report. Suppose you have archived the last 10 years data, but in the reporting, if you choose in that period and select the option archive, so you have the possibility to see data. And one of the most important thing in the benefit, that storage problem, it solves your storage problem. Your system has to be good. Suppose you have 100 GB of hard disks, so as per SAP standard, you need to keep 70% or 75% of your database consumed and 20% to be free. Then your system performance will be good. If it goes more than 80% consumed, then your system performance will hamper. So you need to keep in mind that your database should not go up 75%. And by doing nearline storage, it helps many problems. So all the BW consultant, please be aware of this. So start doing analysis in your project. And next is data retrieve. Yeah, as I already told about this, so we have the option to retrieve the data. Suppose you have archived the data and now you want the data back to your hard disk, so you have the option to retrieve the data using DTP. So this is all about analysis, and this describes all the process and benefits, and hope you have understood this. And thanks for watching. And we have a Facebook page and YouTube channel, SAP Learning Academy. And thanks for watching this video. See you next time. Bye.